Well, good morning, and we had great plans for our trip from Pula to Zadar. We were going to get a ferry, which did 5 stops along islands on the Adriatic Sea, and it took about 4.5 hours. So we're really excited about that. And we booked into Pula the night before because we had to be at the dock at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, and we didn't think we'd get a taxi at 5:30 on a Sunday. So hence why we booked in the night before. I will put a video up of where we stayed. It was really gorgeous.
Hi guys, we've just booked in here for the night. I'll just give you a tour. So this is the bedroom. Quite lovely. Nice big king bed. Hey. And it's got a rain shower. And this is the lounge. Big telly. The kitchen. The fridge is behind the door. You can't actually see it. And we have water views out here. And we're right near the arena. Just come downstairs and there's a pool where we're staying. Saying that, I think it'll be a bit cold at the moment. Little garden area. Gary said there's a fish pond. There's two. There's a little fish pond. It's like a little terrace area.
Only like a 15-minute walk to the dock on a slight downhill, which I ended up zigzagging with my suitcase because I thought I'd go pretty fast chasing my suitcase. So we ended up walking to the dock when we got there at 20 to 6, which I hadn't really slept the night before because that one time where you have to wake up on time, even though I'm a morning person, I was concerned I might sleep in. So I had been checking my phone every half hour to make sure it wasn't time to get up. But anyway, so we rocked up early and the ferry was at the dock, so we got to sort of could peek through the window and it looked fantastic. Had a big coffee machine, so I was pretty excited about that for the duration of the trip. So 6 o'clock come, no one had turned up yet. Now, it did say on our ticket we had to be there at 6 a.m. for a 7 a.m. departure. And we thought, oh, maybe locals know that you don't have to turn up right at 6 a.m. But anyway, we waited 6:15. Still just Gary and I standing at the dock with no one there. I thought that they would have had like some deckhands or something turn up to do some safety checks around that time, but no, not at the moment. 6:30 comes and we're still the only ones waiting there. No one else is there. So then I started to think, oh, I better check the tickets, check the date, check that it was AM, not PM on the ticket. And yep, everything was correct. It was 6 a.m. that you had to be there with a 7 a.m. departure. Then about 20 to 7, we could see some people in the distance with their luggage starting to turn up. So I thought, oh, okay, yep, all good. And then this guy comes up to us and said, oh, are you waiting for the ferry? I said, yes. He said, oh, it's not sailing today. It's too windy. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't get an email because we did put our email address on the tickets when we booked them online. And he said, oh, no, it was on Facebook. I did find it later and it was some like a community page, but I wouldn't have even known to look there. But anyway, it doesn't matter. He said to us, "Oh, you can book in to Pula tonight and we'll sail tomorrow." And I said, "Well, no, we've actually got accommodation that we've already booked in Zadar, so we actually need to be there today." He said, "Oh, well, you'll have to get the bus then." And I sort of thought, what if it didn't sail tomorrow? Then what would happen? Would you have to wait till the following Sunday? So anyway, so Gary and I grabbed our bags and walked to the bus stop. We got to the bus station. We got there and I went up to the lady and said, "Oh, is there a bus to Zadar because the ferry's been cancelled?" And she said, "Oh, yes, I know that the ferry's been cancelled." So I bought 2 tickets. Now, it was 7 a.m. at this time, and the bus wasn't going to leave until 11. Now, being Sunday, nothing was open in Pula, so we just had to sit at the bus stop and wait. So now our journey had gone from a 4.5-hour trip to a 7-hour bus trip. In hindsight, I should have bought the tickets online because it would have saved about 30 Australian dollars, but it was too late. I'd already got them, and I thought that maybe the fact that the ferry being cancelled, maybe the bus would book out quickly. So anyway, we sat there and waited for the bus. And I wasn't going to have a coffee because 7 hours on the bus, I don't know how many stops it's going to make. There doesn't seem to be toilets on the buses either. So we just sat there and waited. Now, the actual bus trip, we thought it would just be on the main road going straight there, but no, it took a coastal scenic route, which actually the views were gorgeous, well, most of the part, and it was very windy, very hilly up and down, and a couple of times I did put my jacket over my head because I figured if I can't see, I don't know, because Gary had the window seat and I had the aisle seat, and I had perfect view out of the driver's, the front of the bus. And because they drive on the opposite side of the road to Australia, the bus was on the cliff edge the whole time. And occasionally it was like, oh my God, I hope he stays on the road. There were guardrails at some parts, but other parts it was a couple of stones. That was the guardrail. But you would go 10 k's and there'd be a little town, and that happened the entire way. It was actually really interesting. I do have a few video clips from the bus when I didn't have my jacket over my head. But, things do work out. 7 hours. We got to Zadar, then we walked from the bus station to where we were staying in Old Town. We were staying just in a hotel, not an apartment. And when we got there, there was another 2 couples behind us when we came in the door. Now, we were up on the 2nd floor, and Gary said, "Now, just wait there." So he took his suitcase up, and he said, "I'll come back and grab your suitcase." And one of the guys that were behind us, he said, "Oh, I'll take your bag." And he said, "I'm strong." I went, "Oh, no. He said, "No, I'll take." So he took my bag up. I felt really guilty, but I thanked him heaps for doing that. Anyway, we booked in, and the room was really nice. There was a bit of a smell in the room, which they did have in the reviews. Maybe something to do with being right in Old Town. I'm not sure. But the next morning, because breakfast was included, so we went and had breakfast, which was lovely. And these 2 couples came in and sort of said ciao. And we sort of waved because we were leaving as they came in. And we decided to go for a walk. And then we met up with them again. So we ended up spending about an hour with them walking around Old Town, which was really nice. They were from near Venice in Italy. They'd come for the weekend, and we ended up exchanging phone numbers, and they said if ever we come to Venice, we can come and stay with them. And really nice, similar ages to Gary and I. So that it ended up being a great experience, which started off the day as being, you sort of thought we wanted to get the ferry so we could be on the Adriatic Sea. Instead, we went on a bus for 7 hours, winding up and down and around. But then we got to meet some lovely people, so it ended up being a really good experience. So now we have a week in Zadar in Old Town. Okay, see you next time. Bye.